What's up, everybody? Look at this. We got everybody waiting in the chat. Great to see it. How exciting. Travis with the sub-astronauts. Hey, that's what I like to hear. All my astronauts ready to take off. Joe Biden, what's going on? First? Okay, I see you, Joe. Preezy, what's going on, man? Richard, hello. Jonathan, hello. Noah, I'm going to take my dog for a walk. Okay. Hello, Skydive. Ray, hello. What's going on, Schmicky? Recovering from the fourth. Yeah, a couple of y'all are early in here. Hopefully it was because I gave a good heads up. That was my plan today, to change that up and give everybody a heads up to pile in. Hopefully all the notifications went out. Adam, what's going on, man? Yes, smash that like button. Thank you. What's going on, BA? Welcome to the stream. Robbie, what's up, my dudes and female dudes? Anyone got popcorn? The Doge movie starting? I like to hear that. What it is. The man, the myth, the legend. Smash that like button. Buy the dip. Yes. Love the energy tonight. What's going on, FPF? Welcome back to the stream. So, by the way, I figured most people are probably watching this stream on their phone, which means if you want to donate to me in Dogecoin, it's kind of impossible to scan that QR code right there. So I added a link in the top of the description. Not, of course, asking for any, but the QR code it looks cool and all, but it's not very practical unless you're watching on your desktop. And I assume most of you are in bed not doing that. So most of you are in bed watching stream like this, right? So unless there's some magical way you can scan a QR code, I've got that link in the description for you. What's going on, Byron? Present? Awesome. Glad to hear it. Thank you all for destroying that like button so far. We already have 16 and the stream just started. This is going to be a good one. We might have like a 150 person stream tonight. I can feel it. Travis says, does it look like Bitcoin is forming a reverse head and shoulders on the 5 hour? Well, unfortunately on Webull, I've only got the 4. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Dropping the phone on your face every 5 minutes. I feel that. I feel that deep down. Not quite. Not quite. Usually you want to see, when you're talking head and shoulders, you usually want to see something cleaner. There are head and shoulders patterns with slanted necklines. So, I mean, that is a thing. But usually they're not super clean. I mean, I can see, you've kind of got this whole vibe going on right here. Okay, that's not polyline, is it? You've kind of got this whole thing going on. And these 2 points are relatively close, but this whole thing is a bit slanted. But we'll see. Now, if this plays out to the bottom side, it might look a little more like a head and shoulder. But the only problem is neckline here and neckline way down here, they're not close. Usually you want to see it be more horizontal than that. But either way, I mean, this is what I was talking about yesterday. Like there's just a high chance that Bitcoin just kind of holds on and doesn't just sell off immediately like one might expect. Bitcoin tends to be really resilient and it likes to draw moves out over long extended periods of time. So unfortunately, I know what I said yesterday was basically when it came to this move, yes, we were failing the wick off. As of this portion right here, you could tell everybody started to lose faith once we started to move under the 200 EMA and flip to bearish. Yeah, no problem, Travis. Absolutely. Mar says hit that like button. Mar, yeah, I saw you in a Final Stand stream like yesterday, I think, or the day before. You and what was that other guy's name? It was a long one. TMC something. I said what's up to both of y'all, but I don't think there were too many comments. Shouldn't have even tried. Brandon, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. Do I think Doge will go down more, or is this the low? Absolutely, I think Doge will go down much more. I really do. there's more reasons for Doge to go down than there is for Doge to go up. So I think we're going to see some more trading sideways here, and then we'll see the whole market do an unfortunate kind of part 2 crash. So a few things when you're taking a look at Dogecoin. One is Dogecoin failed this little triangle that it was making. It didn't break to the top side, it broke to the bottom side. So that's already bad sign number 1. What's going on, Damo? Welcome to the stream. Good morning. Bad sign number 2 is that usually when you break a triangle, what you tend to start doing is, all right, well, triangle didn't hold. Let's start to look horizontal and see if there's any other level of support that we could possibly stop at. Maybe the triangle wasn't the way I should have been looking at it. So what you would naturally do is start looking at it from this perspective right here. A couple things that are problematic. One is that there really wasn't much support horizontally given here, because as you can see here, there was like candle, candle. Everything else was way above. So it's kind of clear we were on a diagonal trend here. So there's not even much support at this area. Problem 2 is we went below. Not that it was very much. If you put it at this wick, not that it was a whole lot, but we did still peak below it. Another problem with this here is that this only one wick. That's not really a support line. That's not a great strong support. So now we have a couple things being added up. We have breaking out the bottom side of the triangle bearishly, coming below a support line after the breakout. We dipped below it, and the support line isn't even strong to begin with. We just kind of pulled this one out of thin air off this one wick. All those things added up, and yeah, I guess you have a little bit of support here, but it's still not a strong level. All these things here tell me that this line probably won't hold. But usually anytime people see a potential level, you know, a potential stopping point, oh, we're near, you know, maybe 2 wicks here, they might, you know, do like a, let me see if this is the bottom type buy. And you usually see a very small, weak bounce because of that. A couple people thinking the same thing, and then it continues along its way of failing. So I think basically what we're going to end up seeing here is basically this whole thing. We were triangling, broke out the bottom side, and now we're just doing a little bit of a bounce. I think we'll loop around and end up continuing downward. So no, I definitely do not think 23 cents is the low on Dogecoin, and I have more reasons to believe that as I also start to look at market leader Bitcoin for some more information, which I'll do in just a sec. Evagot says, do I think with the exchanges starting to run out of Bitcoin, it could cause some crazy number soon? More and more whales are buying and taking off the exchanges. I mean, anytime there's limited supply and there's more demand, that increases the value. Problem is, there's just so much FUD right now that we have not been able to overcome, and there's so many things going wrong with Bitcoin. At the end of the day, though, the whales are the ones that usually spark the price trends up and down. So if they really start to buy in, regardless of us failing the wick-off pattern, if they start to buy in and move the price up, people are going to ride that wave, and that will increase the price pretty drastically. So whales kind of are in control, unfortunately, not the retails here. So it's really just up to them. But trying to just base off of the price movement, off of their activity, I mean, we're still looking very bearish. So, do I think this is a crash that will make the market stay down for years, like after 2017, or is it, or a couple months? Because with countries adopting, it sounds like it'll come back. Yeah, definitely don't think this is a crash that will make the market stay down for much longer. There really shouldn't be that much longer. We know that Elon Musk is working on the whole thing with Dogecoin. We know within like a month's time at this point, maybe 2 months tops, that the Dogecoin update is going to be live with greatly, drastically reduced transaction fees. So we know on the Dogecoin side, we've got stuff in the pipeline that's going to help our coin out a lot. And that will make Elon Musk feel more comfortable dropping the Dogecoin for Tesla announcement, which will make us skyrocket in price. Being crashed right now, I mean, it could double our price from here, get us to like 50, 60, maybe 70 cents. We'd love to have recovered already so that we can get closer to $1 off that news. But point being, by that time, a month or two from now, I'd imagine Bitcoin will have already reached or surpassed 50% clean mining energy. You've got to keep in mind, you might say, well, why would these guys want to do it? Why would they want to switch to clean energy just to please Elon Musk? Well, you see what Elon Musk did to the market. So all the miners' profits are now cut in half or less, or more rather, because of Elon Musk. And them making Elon Musk happy could double their money. So you're going to see a lot of the big corporations want to double their money, especially if all it means is investing in clean energy, which long term is going to only save them money anyway. So it's going to happen. It's just a matter of how long will it take. So I'm assuming by, what is it now? July? Give it to, August, maybe September. We'll already have Elon Musk comfortable saying, okay, we'll drop that suspension on Bitcoin. And that will make the market spike up pretty quick. So yeah, I don't see a long-term crash happening like years prior. I think this will just be a couple-month thing that was really overextended anyway, and then back to business as normal, and then continue on. Let's see. Hello, Michael. Uh-oh, music stopped. One moment. Let's just let this one play out. All right, back to comments here. All right, so hello to Michael. What's going on? Travis says, is it possible that we're focusing too much on the shape of the wick off pattern instead of the purpose? If it's manipulation, then why wouldn't they change their strategy if they know we know? I've actually thought about that myself, Travis, and that's a pretty good question. So yeah, it's definitely possible. My thought process was just, though, all the retail traders, because I don't know exactly what the percentage is whale share ownings to retail. I can't tell you that off the top of my head. Like, how many of us, how much power do we have versus them when it comes to Dogecoin or when it comes to Bitcoin specifically? I'm going to assume when it comes to Bitcoin, at least, the majority is going to be whales, and when it comes to Dogecoin, it's probably mostly retail. That being said, whales probably do have more control over the Bitcoin movement. So, I mean, it is very possible that they could be changing up their strategy. But from my perspective, I don't have much to go on here. I'm just trying to guess, like a lot of people are. That's really all we can do. Take our best guesses based off things that seem to make sense. My guess would just be that the price is going to be strongly affected by the fact that the whole retail side at this point is going to lose faith. And so we at least won't have buying pressure from them. Now, like I said, at the end of the day, though, the whales are going to do what the whales do. So, like I said, just trying to guess based off what we know, but we can always be surprised. You never really know what people are going to do. So if the whales just say, we're going to fake that we broke the wick off and we're going to let the price drop, and then we're just going to all buy in and make the price go to the moon, there's no way for us to know that kind of stuff. So just taking our best, most educated guess that we can. Really, that's kind of all trading ends up being at the end of the day. But that's a good point, and it very, very likely could happen. Preezy says, down, big dump in a week or two. My prediction based on grayscale. I heard about that as well. Yeah, that was actually you that told me. Never mind. It's so the newbies get sucked in. What do I think around 16 cents? 16 cents, it depends on where that puts Bitcoin this time. Because we know last time, 16 cents Dogecoin, that was Bitcoin 28,000. So when we get to Bitcoin 28,000, does that put Dogecoin at 16 cents again? That I don't really know. Let's just side by side it and take a look. Because Dogecoin likes to gain and lose traction over time. So next time we hit that same level, it's unlikely it'll be the same dip. Let's just take a step back and take a look together, shall we? So, wow, even short term, this price action doesn't even look the same. That's interesting. Kind of funny. Dum, 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 dum. This really doesn't look similar anymore. I don't know if you guys can tell. Wow. I mean, this drop right here, this is the same, but then this right here is this. It didn't even follow that very closely. But yeah, as you can just see, all right, so about 34,000 right now is 24 cents. 24 cents Dogecoin. Last time we dropped to 16 cents, that was on 621. 621. I'm trying to see another area. So 625 at the end of the pullback. 29,000 ended up being 23 cents on Dogecoin. Yeah, you see what I mean? Because look right here. 29,000. This was on 625. This dip to 30-ish actually was 30,000 right here. That ended up being 23 cents here. About 22 cents, 23 cents on Dogecoin, where $1,000 less on that previous dip, 1 to 2,000, was a whole 7 cents down. So at this point, it's really hard to say exactly where Dogecoin will be when Bitcoin goes to a certain spot, because it just keeps changing. They keep following the ups and downs at a different rate. So let's see. What's going on to all 45 of you in the stream? Glad to have everybody. So let's come back to this in just a moment. Let me read a couple more comments. Dinner more important than me for sure. What's for dinner? Huh. Chinese, nice. Short-term crash, I'm thinking September, the bull run kicks off full throttle. Yeah, I think definitely by September-ish. Hopefully August, but if we have to drag it out till September, I think that'll be the last month. Bro, I'm sorry to tell you, your analysis hasn't come true, not even a single time. Please try to correct your method of analysis. Well, what's your predictions, Damo? Why don't you share with the stream? And that's also not true. Alaric says, I agree, Preezy. Preezy says, hope everyone still has their sanity during this time. It's definitely driving me crazy. I mean, when you really look at this long term, we've traded sideways and then dropped a little bit. That's kind of been the overall. We had this little thing, we flipped up, this little thing flipped down. Now we're trading sideways again. Looks like we want to come down some more. And now there's just so many factors that it's getting a bit frustrating. But we already knew going in, cryptocurrency was hard to predict. That's just kind of the price you pay. It's been pretty accurate, Damo. He called this dip. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yes, thank you to Brandon as well. Preezy says, I've been doing so much research. Yeah, that's really, I've been working, researching, streaming, researching, and then going to sleep and the same thing the next day. There's just so much to learn, guys. And it doesn't matter how experienced you are in cryptocurrency or stock trading or anything. You've always got to keep researching and learning to keep up. Just calling it dip is not, just calling the dip is not an analysis. He said it'll break 30K yesterday. Hasn't happened. So first thing, I guess let me just take this time to give everybody another disclaimer, because I thought I already made it pretty clear, but obviously not. No one in their right mind that is not, fortune teller or backed by some spirit force knows exactly what's going to happen. If you're looking for forecasts where I'm going to tell you exactly what's going to happen with no chance of being wrong, immediately find another stream, all right? I don't want to waste my time or your time. That is not what this stream is about. This is technical analysis. This is researching all the information that we have out there, whether that's Twitter news just on other websites, seeing how people feel overall, checking the market, getting like a temperature check of how all the traders feel, combining all the information we can find that will help us predict what's most likely going to happen next. If I say that I think, based off the technical analysis and the way that it looks like we're about to break below a support level, that Bitcoin's going to head towards 30K the next day, and it doesn't, and it does that in 3 days instead of 1 day, oh well, if you're looking for someone to tell you that, exactly when something's going to happen and be right every time, it's not possible. But if you think it is, by all means, find another streamer. So And overall, I mean, and like I said, the thing is, I'm not going to be right every time, but that's why I'm live every single day. So when, you know, if I'm proved wrong, if something goes in the other direction, I'm here covering it, and I'm telling you, all right, well, looks like we got faked out. It ended up going in the other direction. Now, based off the new information we have, this is what it looks like. I have no reason to lie to anybody. So, wick off pattern was designed around a 1-day chart, but these pumpers keep using the 4-hour chart to show the wick off pattern, with an incorrect time frame. I heard that as well, and that's another reason I didn't really trust that it was going to hold. But like I said, by all means, if all the traders are going to buy into it, so be it. You know, maybe that's the way we get out of here, but I never trusted it to begin with, and I've tried to make that clear every single stream that I did not think we were going to break out off the wick off pattern. I was introduced to it by some people here in the stream, called on to it, did some more research. A lot of other YouTubers, bigger names, were talking about it. You know, if the bigger names are the ones that are telling all of their thousands and thousands of retail trader viewers that were following this pattern to a T, everyone's going to start buying into it, just like probably a lot of you did too, and I did to an extent as well. I'm like, all right, well, if this is what it's going to be, by all means, you know, I'm going to buy a dip and I'm going to go for the ride. But I was not surprised when it did not play off. From what I've heard, it's using an 8-hour or daily time frame, and it's usually much longer term. So I can't say I'm surprised. Based off of that, here is my prediction. I assumed that breaking to the bearish side and not, you know, after all this time, because they've been saying we've been following wick off all this time according to their analysis. So if that's what people are believing, and they think that this wick off pattern is going to be our key to success, and that we're, you know, on our last leg here before a big takeoff, what you can expect is all of the bullish people to start buying into that. So that means if all of those bulls get proved wrong and they're like, oh crap, that didn't play out, it's not going up, you can expect all of those bulls to sell. What is that going to mean? The price is going to go down, because now you have selling pressure. Now you have people flipping from long to short, and all of the bulls that were in there off of this move are going to close their positions, because now they know it's not going to happen. So what you can expect logically based off of that is going to be a sell-off. Now, exactly how long that's going to take, we can only do our best guess. I cannot look a week out from now and tell you that Bitcoin is going to have, you know, 2 nights to trade sideways, and then one night the Asia market, when we're sleeping, is going to decide to all sell, and that will manipulate the price down. And there's no way to know that kind of stuff. I don't know who told you we could. Let's see. We need likes. Thank you, Jared. I appreciate that. Yeah, guys, if you haven't hit that like button, feel free to smash it. Scott F says, well, if he's not accurate, then how did I clear a $3,000 profit listening to his advice? Thank you. And yeah, I showed you guys my profits too as well. Every single trade I execute, I've given you guys the lows to buy at, the highs to sell at, helped everyone do their TA. I've made plenty of money myself. When I could. Usually I'm too busy calling out the moves, and I have my app closed on stream. Let's see. To Doge yesterday, it was a big sell-off rather than a market crash. I said it might not happen, man. I said it might not happen that fast. We've you know, every single stream where we've been talking about this is what it looks like it's going to happen, it looks like it's about to happen now. Bitcoin's did part of the move, and then it just traded sideways for the whole like next 12 hours. Bitcoin likes to do things real slow, so keep that in mind. Dogecoin needs to pump. Please hit the like button. I've already smashed the like button. Who hasn't? Dr. Dre, how much will the grayscale affect the market? Yeah, I'll let Preezy answer that one. Doge Landon says, I was hoping for an ADA dip, but it held up okay today. I'm wanting to add more. I would give it some more time too. Bitcoin really has not played out the crash that you would think it would want to do here. And who knows, maybe I've also given the scenario that they just try and shake people off of this move, because still, when you look at the overall trend up, it's not completely off, even though technically, according to the wick off pattern, it's not failing. I mean, it's not holding. But if you just draw a trend line along the bottoms here, the wicks, you can see that, I mean, we technically still even haven't broken the uptrend portion. We actually are doing a bounce right at the diagonal support trend line here. And so that's why, that's why I'm live streaming every day. I'm telling you that I would assume if the wick off broke, we would see the bullish people sell. We fall below support. We're already in the danger zone right here. This probably won't hold. We crash. But if the whales have something else up their sleeve, then, that's why you just need to keep looking at the charts. And, getting into all these different variables is really just trying to take educated guesses, guys, because none of us know exactly what the whales are trying to do. Our whole game here is trying to figure out what most of the money is going to want to do next at this point. Okay, and in my opinion, most of the money does not seem ready to buy back in until they know we're at a bottom, and I don't see strong confirmation that we're at the bottom quite yet. And part of my concern, just like I've kind of been saying as well, is with all of this good news for Bitcoin, with El Salvador accepting it as legal tender, with, I just heard this news today about how there's all these different ATMs now for Bitcoin scattered around, crazy adoption, and Bitcoin's price isn't going up off of all this good news, which should really be strong catalyst for Bitcoin. It looks like they're just specifically waiting for Elon Musk to reverse his suspension. So that overall makes me a bit bearish, because we're saying we think it should take 1 or 2 months, but what if it doesn't? Like, how much more are we going to trade sideways down here? How much more time is it really going to take to where people that have their money tied up in this thing say, you know what, well, I've probably got some more time. Let me try and make some quick money somewhere else, and then I'll buy back in. I mean, that's just all of those scenarios add up to being potential bearish pressure. So it's all a little bit concerning. It's very, very uncertain in the crypto market right now. I'm pretty sure the majority of Dogecoin content covers, whether they tended to be, even look at Matt Wallace. He's been saying, in the morning, he said Dogecoin to $1 in 1 day. In the evening, he then said Dogecoin was most likely going down. Now, I've been saying I think it's going down for the last couple weeks, but I'm just saying markets are unpredictable. You got to play it day by day. Thank you for checking in, comparing graphs. Yeah, absolutely. And I'll go back to that in just a second. Not financial advice. Doge Landon says Bitcoin ransom was bad news. People are afraid the US might crack down. That's another concern too. And it's going to be, very difficult for government to crack down on a decentralized platform. But they might really try and exploit all potential loopholes to make cryptocurrency interaction almost not worth it, which they could easily do. They can control tax rates on things. You know what I mean? So if they can start taxing, just think that's one way they could really mess with people. If they can figure out how to really crack down and up the tax rate on cryptocurrency, that could single-handedly kill it. Even if they can't figure out another way, they could easily do something like that and make big money, not want to use that method anymore. Just like they did, because I think Biden just changed something up with like capital gains tax, right, in the stock market. That caused the whole crash, because everyone's like, whoa, wait a minute, maybe I should just take profit now and not have to pay next year's tax rate. I mean, they can easily mess with cryptocurrency, unfortunately, for the US, if you're in the US. So we'll see. That's just the risk of cryptocurrency. Yes, it's in its infancy stages. Yes, we know it has a lot of potential. It's up and coming. There's still opportunities to 10x, 100x, 1000x, depending on how you play it and where you end up and what kind of research you do and being at the right place at the right time. But there's also the chance that cryptocurrency was this thing that took off and started, taking off very well, looked really good, and then ended up failing one day or something like that, or just becoming much less popular or desirable. It's hard to say. We're still very early. $16,000. Oh, I'm way below that. But yes, Bitcoin ransom was definitely bad news. James says, would I recommend for someone to buy Doge for the first time now, or wait till it drops under 20 cents, or when? There's a couple different perspectives here, because all we can do, like I said, is our best guesses, and me personally, I think that there still will be some sort of market crash, like I've been saying for the last 3 weeks. That's just my perspective. If we don't crash, though, at this point, I mean, we're going into a triangle here, as you can see, right in here. And if we don't crash and this holds, we could, just delay our reversal and eventually take off. At this very moment, Dogecoin's at about 23 cents and some change, which is not a bad price if you're trying to buy Dogecoin at a dip. Overall, knowing that Dogecoin will get back to like 50, 60 cents in a couple months, most likely. So if it's your first time, I'd probably recommend, since we're near a support level, you can, and 2 support levels, by the way. This support on the diagonal trend here, and then this support here on the horizontal trend, which gives this area twice as much strength of support. I'm sure if I dropped the time frame, there'd be an EMA somewhere here, probably providing a 3rd level. Maybe not. Actually, yes. 10-minute time frame, also support there. But on the and here on the 3-minute as well. So I mean, you're not at a bad spot to buy in and just see what happens. But there's a high chance, if this doesn't hold at this spot, that then you'd be looking for a sell. But I don't really know which way it's going to go. That's the thing. I tell everybody, I think it's going down, even right here especially. It looks like it definitely wants to come down to, back into 22s. At least. So that's my opinion. I think it's going to go down. But if you want to give it a try and just buy in just in case, you're at a pretty decent spot on Bitcoin to where... your supports are right under you. So if you see it start failing support levels, like going kind of down into this area, you don't like it, you could sell it and just look to buy back in later. I personally probably would wait it out a little bit though. If it's me, I'm probably not buying right this moment. It's just a little risky. It looks very bearish, so that's just my perspective. And I'm not in, by the way. I am sitting on the sideline here. I'm not in. I sold a couple days ago. And I'll look for a buy once this confirms which direction it's really looking to go in. Right now it looks like down, so I did sell. Would I recommend for someone? Oh yeah, I read that one. 100% true. Ray says, buy and hold a few cents don't matter much. I count coins. Right. If you really believe in it, it's really just how many coins you have, and then once we hit the target price, so let's just say Dogecoin to $1, it's how many coins you're holding times $1. That's how much money you'll have. Preezy says, talk to Mariano, let him know this is not that stream, no pump or hype over here. Yeah, I keep it real with everybody, like I said. And if anyone disagrees with my opinion at any time for any logical reason, that's what the comment section's for. But I mean, I'm not a buy and sell signal. And even those are wrong often. Doge Landon says scalping is work. It sure is. Let me borrow 500 Doge. That's funny. To be fair, I play with large amounts, so profit is large too. Okay, baller. Ray says it doesn't give you enough room to even scalp anymore. Yeah, the volatility is really weak. You'll be there before you know it, Preezy. Just keep grinding. For sure. True Lark, I started with 1,200 and 100 increments, worked my way up. Then once I went to a few thousand at a time. Nice. You have an appointment with Psychic tomorrow? Yeah, I know I'm patient. I exited my position at a loss, but with anticipation for another dip and end up with more Dogecoin than I sold. Lost that. Yeah, that's the goal. Chuck says, digging the stream, but time to play some COD. Have a good night. Thank you, Chuck. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate that support. That's why you got the rich big time money trader. Matt Wallace. Oh. Huh. appreciate that. All the mistakes you were making. Yeah, it's easy to, like, technically easy to buy a dip and sell later, but all the in-betweens, and the more you start trading, the more how to trade knowledge comes into play, and then like when to trade and what to do. And that's why I always say, like, if you're brand new, if it's like your first time in any of these streams, it's your first time trying to trade anything, whether that's stocks or cryptocurrency, the best play is to trade the least you possibly can. And as you get more comfortable and each decision you make usually ends up being profitable, then you can start experimenting with executing more trades. But the more you throw yourself out there and expose yourself, the more like win rate comes into play, and how much money you're losing on each trade and how much you're winning. And that's where things start to get a little dicey, because if you don't know what you're doing and you're executing all these trades and you're losing more than you're winning, your bank account will quickly diminish. But if you're just new and you do like a trade a week, you buy and sell, go to the next week, you buy, go to the next week, you sell, there's little opportunity for emotionally driven trading mistakes, which are the most common mistakes that usually burn you the most. And then there's little room for error as well. And that's why the PDT, the pattern day trading rule, exists, because they know that if beginner traders could just put their whole bank account in and basically YOLO gamble all their money and 50-50 coin flip trade everything, that they'll probably end up broke. So they force you, like, unless you've got money to blow, unless you've got 25K sitting in your account that you can just put in and risk, which if you do, you probably have more money sitting on the side, so it's not a big deal. Unless you've got it like that, then you need to work your way up. Because then a good trader can turn a $500, $1,000 account into a 25K account. And to do that, you have to be good. You have to take your emotions out of it. It's the only way. If you've got emotions in it, that's how the market manipulation, that's how all the money, the market makers, big money, that's how they make their money. Yep, no more emotion trades in here. Yeah. And it's really hard to do that. It's way easier said than done. Especially once you start seeing big numbers in either direction, whether that's big loss numbers or big green numbers. Sometimes it's hard to either sell when you need to sell or lock in your profit when you start to see that number, that profit number going way up. You're like, what if it keeps going? The fear of missing out kicks in. You don't sell, price reverses. You end up holding it all the way back down and then down to the other end. And then you accept the loss, though you wouldn't accept the profit. And you just keep doing that kind of thing. That's one scenario of many. But anyway, yeah, so Dogecoin, it's just really trading sideways here. And this was my fear yesterday. Now, what did end up happening yesterday, which is why I went live for the second time, was this significant sell-off right here, which you could say looked like whales selling, but at the same time, it could have just been a lot of the bulls exiting their positions after they realized that the wick-off they believed was being played out was no longer holding. But this whole move right here was already pretty terrible. So this whole thing right here lost a lot of momentum from 36,000 all the way down to the next, like down through the 35,000 support, even down through 34,000, all the way down to 33. And now we're doing this whole thing right here, which isn't looking super great either. And we'll see how that plays out. I would love to see a dip here, though. So I will let everybody know what I've been doing in my spare time. I'm sure you can see plenty of tabs up here. It's just looking into different cryptocurrencies as well. I'm really trying to diversify. I want to have a diverse portfolio, and I've, because of this stream, been locked solely into Bitcoin and Dogecoin, and, you know, Ethereum to an extent. But there's many different categories of cryptocurrency that we don't even touch on. For example, this one is called Hedge It that I'm looking into, and it's part of an options trading, decentralized cryptocurrency options platform. And I found that to be pretty interesting. A lot of you probably didn't even know this exists. It's called Hedge It. Again, what you can do, go to coinmarketcap.com, go to categories, and you'll see the breakdown of all the different categories. So you can see the DEXs, the decentralized exchanges that compete with each other. You can see there's gambling cryptocurrencies, apparently. There's some for marketing. Yield aggregators, the ones that you usually kind of stake in and save. Then near the bottom, I mean, there's a look at how many different categories there are here. So real estate, however in the world that works. So I've been looking at this today. ETH2 staking, interesting. And also just looking into lower market cap ones as well that have potential to grow into something big. And I told the members group that we'd be doing this soon anyway together, but definitely take a look at it on your own time. Because what you can do, just go to cryptocurrencies, flip the sorting by market cap lowest to highest, go over a couple tabs, and you can start getting into ones that are not even at like $1 million yet. Market cap. Start doing research, see if any of those look like they have potential, if they just dropped. That's what I've been doing today, trying to find some. Obviously, you go really like into the weeds here, but you know. A couple more comments. Where's Baby Doge trading at? I looked at it today, but I can't remember. Baby Doge. Is that the right one? Yeah. Baby Doge is doing okay. It's not doing super great either. I mean, compared to where it was earlier, it is doing much better at this point. You really can't see the number though, because there's too many zeros in front of it. As crazy as that is. Trading view. Can I get some insight here? No? All right. After the massive spike up on July 4th, this massive move, it did calm back down. It's still above the support level though. Let's go to 1 month. Yeah, it's definitely calmed down after the spike, but it's still up there. Unfortunately, I can't see the price, so too many zeros. D-Hedge is another similar to that one. Yeah, I was looking at a couple of them. There was Hedgic as well. Wait, is this the same thing? Okay, yeah. So then there were like two other ones I was looking at today. Anyway. Oh, hello. And the platform is really easy to use. I was actually considering messing around with it a bit. But basically, you just come in here, you connect your wallet, and you're in. That's all you got to do. And then you can trade options contracts on either Bitcoin or Ethereum, long or short, puts or calls. How many options, what do you want your option size to be, strike price, how long you want to hold. They'll tell you the cost, and then you buy the contract. It's pretty straightforward. So that's not even cool. That's not only cool for using, but it could be something to invest in if you figure out how you get paid out. If you want to stake in it, or if you want to actually just invest in the overall crypto and buy some coins. Just wait it out. $1 down from 67 to 37. Nice, Michael. LOL at Elon's Warren Buffett memes. Oh, I didn't even see them. Mariano, look at the W pattern on Doge before the last dip, and then look at the current W pattern just came out. Almost the same W recovery sideways, then major sell-off. All right, let's take a look. Oh, we're already on Doge. Let me just up the time frame a bit. Whoa. Are you referring to this? Probably not. It's really hard to sometimes catch the patterns you guys are trying to call out when I have no idea what time frame you're using. or how exactly you were looking at it. Like this right here. Man, I swear I'm blind sometimes. I apologize. Find as many coins as you can and fast. The only time it's worth selling in the red is if you're reinvesting into something else to grab gains. Might have to wait a while. I usually agree with that as well. D-Hedge is another similar to that. Elon tweet. Yeah, that was the Elon tweet spike. What was the reason for the massive dip on Doge today? Just Bitcoin crashing. Bitcoin fell a bit. Pretty hard. Elon just tweeted, expect a pump on Doge. Elon tweets haven't been doing that much, but we'll check it out. Nice. Sorry, Preezy. I got lost somehow, and I'm struggling to see what you were seeing exactly. But trust me, I believe you. Again, though, I'm tired. I don't know what happened. I slept in today. I shouldn't even be tired, but I am struggling. Maybe it's because of last night. We did stream to 2 a.m. I think that messed me up. HD, no way. It's been a long time, my man. How you doing, HD? Before the dip to 16. Then compare the W pattern closer to where we are now. Don't zoom out or adjust the time frame. Okay. Before the dip to 16. All right, so that means... Don't zoom out. Don't adjust time frame. Don't zoom out. Don't adjust time frame. Don't zoom out. Don't adjust time frame. Where the heck is 16 cents? Okay. Whoa. All right, I tried. Webull just reloaded everything. How am I at 30 cents? Where am I? I tried, man. Elon tweeted, yeah, Elon just went ahead and tweeted. He said, this here, found on the internet, find as many coins as you can and fast, from Warren Buffett. Wasn't Dogecoin specific though, so it won't do anything. Oh, some more Elon activity. Mind of Carview. Interesting. I really like this yoke steering wheel. I want it. More businesses got hit today with ransomware demanding Bitcoin for payment. Really? That is really bad. See, that's really, really bad. What was the reason for the massive dip on Doge today? Oh yeah, that was just Bitcoin crash. Telcoin? What's Telcoin? People are going to take as if he's saying buy now. Yeah, some might, but Dogecoin's been really hard to move. I really doubt there's any kind of fluctuation. My car is good. Thankfully, it's back home. Definitely had to drop a bag on the repair, but I've got it back, so all good. Now I'm breaking the clutch in. It's a racing clutch, so it is not completely fun to drive in stop and go traffic, but I've already put like 600 miles on it, and the break-in was 500, so it's much better than it was, but more than I thought. It was definitely more difficult than I thought it was going to be to operate. Not made for the street. The last, thanks for asking. What Doge Landon wrote. Yeah. Legends back, no biggie. I was in between moving houses and the crypto market was kind of uneventful, so I took a bit of a break, but now I'm back. Nice. Hopefully that move went well. Right, the most recent dip to 16 cents. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Full struggle mode here. I did my best. My fault. You thought it was 16. It's 22. Oh, okay. See, I was mad confused. I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna keep trying. One thing I see interesting is sell-off, recovery, sideways trading, and a sell-off here. Kind of like right here. Don't forget, y'all hit the like button and sub. Yes, by all means. And I apologize, guys. I'm a little tired tonight. I'll be honest. That stream from last night really wiped me out. And I'm not looking forward to work tomorrow. So kind of a lot of things adding up here. But my fault. Oh yeah, I read that again. You growing? I thought you were at 2.46 last time I watched. Yeah. I mean, some streams I'm getting like 100 subs. It's been pretty awesome. Yeah, I was at like 2.4 last time you were here because you were here early on. But yeah, the channel's definitely been doing well. Streams definitely been doing better too, so that's awesome. Appreciate all the support from everybody. Albert says, I'm planning to tweet tomorrow before he gets to the moon. It's a little fishy that hackers would even consider this ransomware attack after what the FBI did last time. Seems sus. EGOD said, buy as many as you can. In EGOD we trust. Yeah, maybe it was a little hidden sign where he's like, buy your Dogecoin now because we're about to make an announcement. Exactly. Stages of... Shibatoshi Nakamoto just tweeted this. This is stages of a beginner trader, all right? Let's correct this. To the moon. Buy the dip. Man, I shouldn't have bought. Starts thinking about selling right at the bottom. Starts going up. Man, why didn't I buy more at the dip? Lambo soon, still holding. Doesn't want to take any profit. What if I'm wrong? At the very bottom again, should I sell? Never locking in profit, but always willing to lock in losses. That's how your bank account goes negative. How's it looking, bro? Dogecoin and Bitcoin are just trading sideways. Unfortunately, kind of similar to what I expected. I mean, we did get the drop. We did get the dip, the fail down towards 33. That much I expected to happen. I was unsure of exactly what would happen at 33,000. I expected it to maybe do a small bounce and then drop to 31 and below at that point. If we see it, we see it. If not, it'll be interesting to see what it actually ends up happening. But very not shocked by us getting down to 33,000 and trading sideways for hours upon hours. That's just kind of the Bitcoin way. It doesn't go very far up or very far down, usually very quickly, unless something really important's happening. Other than that, it'll do these like little burst moves, like a little $1,500 to $2,000 move, and then it'll just trade sideways for, you know, a whole another 24 hours. And then it'll say, actually, we're going to go down, and it'll do, you know, a $2,000 dip, and then it'll trade sideways for another 28 to 48 hours. That's kind of the Bitcoin way. So if you bought at 75 cents and still holding, it's certified diamond balls. Yes, this is correct. 100% certified, legit. Oh, I see, Preezy, I see. So you're talking right here. See, it's still really, it would have been really hard to point that out for me to catch which W, because there's so many moves like that. It's hard to see. But yeah, this W, sideways, dump. And then, man, it's even hard for me to see where your next one is. Oh, right here. Yeah. You're on a different time frame than me, though. You're on a really high time frame, aren't you? What was that, 30 minutes? No, it's not 30. Why does yours look so much? Oh, I'm on Bitcoin. Maybe that's what it is. Ah, yes. Here. Okay. I was like, where's the second one? But Bitcoin didn't do that. Bro, it's too late for all this. The thing is, I psyched myself out because I switched cryptocurrency. So I'm like, that looks like the same time frame, but it's not the same price action. Am I going insane? Preezy's got me doing like backflips and everything mentally over here. When it should be so simple, but somehow it's so complicated. But it's really just a me problem. Did I hear about Karobu under crypto? What's my opinion, please? No, actually. I did not. After 11 p.m. Eastern time, crypto market will start to take off. Looks like, oh yeah, I'm seeing some new faces in here tonight. Welcome. Yes, everybody, if you're new, welcome to the stream. Don't forget, click subscribe, support the channel, and add this to your list of content. Dogecoin crypto content covering channels. That was a mouthful. Looks like Ethereum and Doge have the same pattern now. Yeah, they are really similar. Just following the old Bitcoin's lead, but it looks like a lot of the altcoins... Ew, that's not Ethereum. Yeah, very, very similar. Almost exact. I sent some people your way. Oh, thank you, Matt's Market. Appreciate that. Welcome back to the stream, man. Me and Matt's Market will very likely be doing some kind of collab soon. So you might see us both on stream having a little chat. That should be fun. Thank you, Matt. Appreciate that. Oh, message retracted. Okay. What's going on, bro? Let's see. Yeah, anybody else have any questions? Been streaming for about an hour. There's you know, it's a sideways market. There's really not a whole lot to talk about. What I'm going to do though, once this stream ends, is continue doing some research. As you can see, I was already looking into some other networks, Solana versus Ethereum, see how that stacks up to Cardano and the others. There's a lot of different people that are going to be competing in that space. We know Ethereum 2 is going to be big, but then what about the other guys? What do they have to offer? And then what I want to do is go further down the cryptocurrencies list and find some more competitors that might be even lesser known, because what you can assume based off current market caps is store of value coins could obviously have the most potential, but I don't see anyone really messing around with any store of value coin other than Bitcoin, just because Bitcoin has such a good lead. It's so well crafted, it's trustworthy. So it's going to be hard to get a competitor in the just straight up store of value type space without incentives. And that's why you see these other coins that are like, well, everybody put your coins in here, we'll penalize those that try and sell, and then if you stake your coins, we'll give you a interest percentage to incentivize you to actually hold them here. Like, they're trying to formulate another Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is Bitcoin. So I think Bitcoin will stay at the top in its space for sure without anyone else coming close. But then Ethereum is a different story. It's a different animal, has a lot of different competition, and it is the highest market cap thing under Bitcoin. So you could say if there's any space to compete in, this one currently has the most potential, being kind of like a network for other coins and DeFi apps and stuff to run on top of, with room up to 258 billion. And once the market recovers, that number will double to 500 billion and beyond. So if you can find a decent network, lower market cap, like not in the hundreds of billions, but in maybe the hundreds of millions or the hundreds of thousands even, that is massive growth potential if you can catch one early when it's severely undervalued and slept on, and then see it grow, especially if it made its way anywhere up to where these other competitors are, like Cardano. If you can catch that super early, that could be 1,000x, 10,000x, who knows? So while the market's new, if you got downtime, do your research too, and feel free, if you've got any names you'd like to hear my opinion on, shoot those over to me and I'll move those names up to the top of my list of ones to look at. Oh, Lorik, I like that. I like that a lot. I just saw your post in the members only group. Also, I had some people like, I had someone DM me on Instagram and asked me, like, they're like, thank you for all you do on the channel. I've been learning a lot, and they wanted like some more one-on-one opportunity. So if you want to be able to have access to me and ask me questions at any time, whether that's on what I think of cryptocurrencies, if I can make a video on like how to do certain kinds of trading, or, you know, stock market, any kind of questions at any point of the day, as long as I'm, you know, awake. That's what the members only Discord group is for. So next to the subscribe button, you see the join thing. If you sign up there, I'll shoot you a link to the Discord group, and then you'll have that extra access. So, and then you'll also get kind of first glance at the trading course as well, once that drops. A couple videos are already up, but it's not done. Check out Bulldog Trading, great community. Okay, I'll write that one down. I think they'll merge soon. They very likely could. Very likely that we could see the bridge, the Dogecoin to Ethereum bridge. It's crazy how in one day everything can change in crypto market. You're going on vacation for 2 weeks, won't be looking at your crypto, your currency to see how it'll be. Ooh, 2 weeks? That's a long time in the crypto market. Hopefully it'll be up by then. Doge says we're going up. I like that. Big day tomorrow? Okay. The July bull run. Does that start tomorrow specifically? July 6th? What's going on, Trey? Trey Richard, welcome to the stream. What are my thoughts on Ethereum 2 coming up? Oh, Ethereum 2 is going to be great. My thoughts on Ethereum 2 is it's going to shake up the market a bit, because a lot of these layer 2 solutions, these other like DeFi apps, these layer 2 apps that run on top of Ethereum, they're created to solve problems that Ethereum 1 has. So when Ethereum 2 drops, then you have a lot of these DeFi apps that kind of might become irrelevant. So That's why I've been very cautious with what I invest in, because right now they look fine and dandy and look promising, but then when you know what Ethereum 2 brings with one, proof of stake versus proof of work, the just the increased bandwidth and everything that goes along with Ethereum 2, transaction speeds, everything. A lot of these apps that are just made to make Ethereum better and do a lot of these things are going to kind of become irrelevant. It's kind of like apps in the App Store that were their purpose was to do something for your phone, and then your phone got an update and it comes with an app that already does that. Then those other apps you downloaded, in my opinion, kind of become irrelevant, because most people, like, if your iPhone didn't have a calculator, or your iPad, for example, we all know iPads don't have calculators built in, right? You have to download an app. But then if Apple does an update, you get a calculator app from Apple, and it has the scientific and everything, you'll probably no longer use that other app. It'll kind of become irrelevant. Then what happens to them? That's kind of my concern in the DeFi app space right now. So, but yeah, I think Ethereum 2 is going to shake up everything. And we'll see a massive price increase as we start getting way closer to that early next year. Check Telcoin. Okay, let me actually type that in. What's up with CeeLo? Actually, I have no Telcoin. Ethereum-based decentralized crypto to be the bridge between crypto's blockchain and telecommunication. Okay. Partner with leading industry names like Verizon, AT&T to remove the hassle that exists between billing platforms and mobile money. I would like to see their website. CeeLo, FOMO will be in full action. Yeah, July so far hasn't been a great start. Agreed. CeeLo is a blockchain ecosystem focused on increasing cryptocurrency adoption among smartphone users. Okay. By using phone numbers as public keys, CeeLo hopes to introduce the world. Oh. Well, that's cool. That sounds pretty cool. To make things way simpler, somehow tie your phone number to a public key, so as long as you have that person added as a contact, you can kind of transact in cryptocurrency with them. That's the first vibe I got. I haven't read the white, proof of stake. Okay, also a good sign. Proof of stake is like one of the mandatory things for a new crypto. If you're proof of work still, you're already a dinosaur. So that's kind of the first thing I want to hear. Let's also check on CeeLo's website. Let's take a look at both of these. Ooh, look at this. I like this. And thank you all for the likes. Don't forget, if any of you are feeling spicy and you want to donate some Dogecoin to help my calls, my streaming calls, feel free. Link is in the the address is in the description, or you can scan the QR code with your wallet of choice once you hit send. So, send money smarter. This is going to be Telecoin. Let's do a quick pause on the music. Instant low-cost money transfers powered by the blockchain. And they actually have an app right now that you can check out as well. There are nearly 5 times more mobile phones than active bank accounts, yet people around the world are still lining up to send money from high-cost agents like Western Union. Why waste time and money when you could be using what's already in your pocket? So instant transfers. By leveraging blockchain tech and mobile money infrastructure, users can transfer money globally in seconds, including fees and FX margin. The global average cost is usually over 7%. Telecoin's targeting average cost less than 2%. Okay. depending on how much money you're sending, that could be a lot or little. Works with mobile operators and e-wallets, allow us to reach a broad base of users. Built on the Ethereum blockchain, which is touted as a plus for security usually, and widespread usability and adoption. Looks good. Telecom operators are issued TEL based on their transaction volume and integration. Maturity. Telecoin can easily fit into existing fee models for connecting to carrier billing and mobile money platforms, but any fees applied are then deducted from TEL issuance. The model incentivizes a low-fee service that's attractive to end users but still profitable for networks. Oh. Well, this is an interesting angle, I must say. CeeLo looks to be also coming for the same kind of thing, but from a different perspective. You know, not this one seems to not be trying to integrate specifically with the telecom companies, at least. Let's see what this is about. Thousands of organizations and individuals are developing, growing, and governing CeeLo, open source platform. I don't know about the decentralization of this Telecoin, though, which always makes me concerned, because going into crypto, decentralization is usually at the top of people's list. There's markets on centralized and DeFi and decentralized exchanges and DEXs. I'll do some more research on this one. Sounds very interesting. Going into CeeLo. Bear Elliott says CeeLo does not have many outstanding coins. So there's a 1 billion max supply and 1 billion total supply. So it looks like all the coins, well, okay. So a quarter of coins are currently in supply, which means there's still room to, 4 times that amount once it reaches the max supply. Wow, why is it that hard to say that? You can find it on KuCoin, Binance, Cool. So far, this sounds interesting. Users can easily send currency to any mobile number enabled by CeeLo's decentralized phone verification protocol and get access to a growing ecosystem of global cash and cash out options. That's really cool, and I want to figure out how that's going to work and be secure, because I can already think of like 30 different ways that can be like spoofed, and then some middleman potentially take your money as people are trying to send it to your phone number. So let's see. Pay transaction fees with stable coins or your own tokens. Well, what are the transaction fees? Named for currencies they follow. CeeLo dollars, CUSD, and CeeLo euro are stable coins that allow you to share value faster, cheaper, and more easily on your mobile. Can you then trade CUSD back to something like USDC? A lot of questions. Yeah, the CUSD, that sounds interesting. Let's take a look at that. Consensus and proof of stake. I don't really care about that part. It's probably just basic on-chain governance. Don't care about that either. Ultralight sync. Ethereum based. Well, this seems like a very interesting concept, so I'll add this to my list. Let me write both of these down. So we've got CeeLo now, Telcoin, Tron. I still have Tron, Anchor, Hoge Network. CeeLo, and Telcoin. Cool. Good suggestions, guys. Good stuff. Good finds. I'll be keeping my eye out too, because I'm trying to find some more as well that are lower market cap with high potential, because that's where all the money's going to be as time goes on. So aside from, you know, our beloved Doge and Ethereum and whatnot. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it. Just in summary here, I mean, we did sell off pretty hard. Now we're trading sideways, still under the 200 EMA line. Because Damo got so upset that my prediction was not 100% accurate, even though it was only 70 or 80% accurate, I'm not going to give a prediction. So basically what I will say is that we did already perform the sell-off. We went from 25 down to 22. That was a 3-cent dip by opportunity, by selling here. Rightfully so, because of the panic, you would have saved yourself from losing 3 cents of loss. So that's always great. What's going to happen next? I assume over the next couple days, or let's just say over the next week, despite any kind of small movements here, that we're going to see an overall move to the downside just because of what happened here. And I have not seen any signs in the price action to make me think that we are looking bullish versus bearish. Everything, to me, nothing has changed. This little wick-off pattern that we thought we were forming looked like it was coming in. He came in hot and left cold, no worries. Yeah, he sure did. This little reversal pattern we thought we were following started to not play out so well. Now, if anything, some people are starting to see head and shoulders here, even though that would really be on a steep slant. Either way, we're still stuck in this triangle here. I think we might see a little more ranging, maybe another move back up towards 35,000 Bitcoin or something, and a rejection and a fall out the bottom. If we go up, though, cool. Then we'll, you know, when that day comes, we'll be here to talk about it. But there's no real way to guess accurately what's going to happen next. I'm just telling you my sentiment's still bearish, and we'll have to check back in over the next day, you know, tomorrow, day after that, see where we're at. That's all we can do right now. No better way of predicting. Just keep your eye on the news, just like I am. As we have these next streams, feel free to bring anything you find, and I'll do the same, and we'll put it all together, see where we're at. And then I'll be here for the TA to help you guys actually trade the plan the trade and trade that plan to the best of your ability. So thank you guys, everybody, for hanging out. Absolutely. Everybody here, No Problem Skydive, and everybody else, have a great night as well. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next live stream. And don't forget, click subscribe if you haven't. Good night, guys.